This is the only Xiangli Yao guide that you'll ever need. Xiangli Yao is an Electro 5-star DPS. Alright, let's start with his basic attacks first. So he has a normal 5-hit combo and deals electro damage with his basic attacks. Let's move on to his skill. So with his skill, he deals electro damage. And it has a short cooldown of 5 seconds. Let's move on to his forte. So you can fill up his forte by doing basic attacks or by using his skill. And once you fill up his forte, his skill will light up. And then he will get an enhanced skill, which will do more damage. The damage from his enhanced skill is considered resonance liberation damage. It also plays a sound when his enhanced skill is ready. And his hand will light up too. After using his skill, he will do a special attack where he jumps and does a mid-air attack. So this here, and then attack. There we go. And yep, this is considered resonance liberation damage too. So he has two different forte stacks. One is the normal one, and then the second one is the one that he gets during his ultimate. So his ultimate is his nuke, and also where most of his damage comes from. So after you use his ultimate, he does like this big attack, like this is his nuke. And then he gains these 3 cubes around him. So yeah, he enters his intuition state. And during this state, his basic attacks, his skill, and his dodge counter will get replaced with enhanced versions. So his basic attacks will get replaced with a 3-hit combo, which has a higher multiplier. And it also deals electro damage. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. And yeah, overall more damage. So when it comes to his skill, these cubes represent his enhanced skills, and as soon as you use up all of his 3 cubes, his ultimate will end, or after 24 seconds. So make sure to use all of them, and his enhanced skill has a cooldown of 7 seconds. So you can use up his enhanced skill by filling up his forte. There we go, then his skill button will light up, and you can press his skill button, and then bam, big damage. So yeah, a ton of electro damage. I mean, like, look at how high his multipliers are in his ultimate. Like, yeah, you mainly want to be in his ultimate. Oh, and each of his attacks give you a different amount of forte stacks, and he can have up to 5 of them. So his basic attack 1 gives him 1 forte stack, his second basic attack gives him 2, his third basic attack gives him 2 again. So yeah, the 3 basic attack combo is 1 full stack.
Very confined within limits.
Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. There we go, we got a full 40 stack. His skill gives you 2 40 stacks. His mid-air attack that you do after using his skill gives you 3 40 stacks. So yeah, that's another full stack. You have skill, and then mid-air attack. And bam, you have a full 40 stack. You also get 2 40 stacks from a dodge counter. Attack me. Dodge, attack. There we go, we got 2. So yeah, make sure to use the mid-air attacks, because 3 is a lot. Oh, and since his dodge counter gets replaced too, yep, it is considered resonance liberation damage too. His ultimate also slows down the enemies, and you can also swap cancel all of his skills and his jump attack. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And his cubes won't disappear if you swap off him. With his outro, Xiangli Yao will attack the enemy up to 3 times with lightning strikes. Each time they get hit by a basic attack from the next character that you switch to, and the damage scales with Xiangli Yao's attack. So yeah, let me just show you guys. Let's go to Yang. And then 1 basic attack. There we go, the lightning, and then 1 basic attack. There we go, lightning again, and then the last one. Lightning again, as you can see. So yeah, overall he's a really easy character to understand, and trust me, you'll get to know him more once we talk about his rotations. So his first enhanced skill gives him up to 20% electro damage bonus, and you get 5% electro damage bonus each time you use his skill, and it doesn't matter if you use the enhanced skill or his normal skill. His second enhanced skill increases his interruption resistance when he's in his ultimate state, which he will always be. So yeah, this will make him a lot more comfy to play, and also easier to play, and it's really worth it. When it comes to his skill priority, his ultimate and his forte are the most important ones, and his skill and his intro and normal attacks. And make sure to activate all of these guys, are really important and will give him a ton of damage. You can skip his intro and basic attack for now if you want to save resources and level these first, and you won't be losing that much damage. Let's move on to his echoes. So his best in slot echo is the 4-piece lingering tune set. Because the 4-cost echo, the mech abomination, doesn't have a long attack animation. Okay, what am I saying? It doesn't have an animation at all compared to the Void Thunder 4-cost, and it's also a lot easier to use. But if you already have a full set of Void Thunder, then it's fine, because the difference is only like 1%. And I also went with the Void Thunder set, hoping that they will release another 4-cost soon that doesn't need like 1000 seconds to activate. So the Void Thunder set has 2 4-cost echoes, one the Thundering Memphis, and then the second one is the Tempest Memphis. And between the two, the Thundering Memphis has better buffs. But again guys, this echo has the highest field time in the entire game, and it cannot be swap cancelled. So yeah, a lot of people stay away from it and go for a Tempest Memphis instead. instead, since it has a shorter field time, and you can swap cancel a second hit, and you can also use the Flautist for some good damage and also some concerto energy. But if you don't have a full set, then you can also mix between the Voidtunner set and the Lingering Tune set, but you will be losing some damage, so yeah, it's not ideal. Alright, let's get to the echo stats. So for a 4 cost, you want crit, so crit damage or crit rate. So for a 3 cost, you have 2 options, the best being 2 electro 3 costs, but if you don't have a second electro piece, then you can also do electro and attack. As for the 1 cost, since he's a DPS, you want double attack. You can go at 4, 4, 1, 1, 1, since you have 2 4 costs, but you will be doing less damage, so yeah, it's not really worth it. So just stick with 4, 3, 3, 1, 1. When it comes to the substats, he doesn't really need any ER in his most common team, but a few ER rolls can be good and it doesn't really hurt. Most people go for 25% plus ER, just so that he's more comfy to play. Anyways, for the substats, the most important one is crits, crit damage and crit rate, and then we have attacks, so flat attack and attack percent. And then since most of his damage scales with his ultimate, liberation damage bonus rolls are pretty good too. And again, if you want to play him comfortably, then you want some ER rolls too. So for his endgame stats, you want, and again, some ER can be good on him if you want to play him comfortably. Alright guys, let's go over his sequences real quick. So after you use his enhanced skill during his ultimate, he will launch 6 additional attacks, which will deal 8% of his skill's multiplier's damage. And yep, this is considered resonance liberation damage. But if I had to pick between his S1 and his weapon, I would go for his weapon. His S2 will give him 30% more crit damage when you use his ultimate for 8 seconds. His S3 will increase his skill's damage by 63% after you use his ultimate for 24 seconds, but this will get removed after you use his skill 5 times. But the 24 second is also his ultimate's duration. His S4 will give all of his team members and himself 25% ultimate damage bonus for 30 seconds after you cast his ultimate. His S5 will increase the damage multiplier of his outro by 222% and also the initial nuke hit from his ultimate by 100%. So yeah, this is a ton of damage. His S6 will increase the damage of his 3 cube skills in his ultimate by 76%. When it comes to his weapons, his best weapon is of course his signature weapon, the Verity's Handle, since it gives him 12% electro damage bonus, 48% resonance liberation damage bonus, the high base attack since it's a 5-star weapon, and the crit rate will make him a lot easier to build. His second best option is the Abyss Surges, the standard 5-star gauntlet, because of the high attack since it's a 5-star, and it also gives him some ER, which is good. He doesn't really need the basic attack damage bonus or a skill damage bonus, but it's good to have, I guess. But yeah, after that we have the Sonard, the bad pass weapon. This is his best 4-star option. It has crit rate, so yeah, a lot easier to build, and it also gives him ultimate damage bonus, which he needs. As for the free-to-play gacha options, we have the Hollow Mirage and the Celestial Spire. The Spire is probably better because the Hollow Mirage loses its buffs if you get attacked, and if you're new to the game, then his best 3-star option is the Gauntlet of the Night at R5. But yeah, the 4-star weapons in this game aren't really that great, but the weapon banner is guaranteed, so yeah, I guess that kind of makes up for it. Let's get to his team comp. So it's a normal main DPS, sub DPS, and healer. So for the main DPS, of course, we have my boy Xiangli Yao. As for the healer, any healer works, like Verena, Baiju, Yuhu, but the best one is of course the Shorekeeper. For the sub DPS, Yinlin is his best teammate, no questions asked. Her outro gives him electro and ultimate damage buff, and she also has good personal damage, and she also does off-field damage. I'll make a build guide on her next. For his other options, we have Xiangli, which gives the same outro buff, but instead of electro, it's fusion damage buff. Yeah, kinda useless for Xiangli Yao, but the ultimate damage is the same. But she can't compete with Yinlin since she doesn't do off-field damage. But she makes up for that since she has good synergy with Xiangli Yao, and they both have a lot of swappable attacks. So yeah, this is a good dual DPS. Next we have Jeja, which does off-field damage. So good, but her outro doesn't really benefit him. It's glacier damage bonus and a skill damage. Not really that useful. So his best free-to-play sub DPS buffer, if you want the most damage, is Yanxin. She gives the most ultimate damage buff, 38%. Yep, even more than Yinlin. So yeah, if you lost a few 50-50s, then don't worry, because she's a great character. I have her S2, so yeah, I'm not that mad. His best free-to-play 4-star option is of course Sunhua, because of her low field time and because she can trigger the Moonlit Cloud set so fast. And if you have her S6, then she gives the entire team 20% more attack, so yeah, pretty good. Another good option is Morifi, if you have the 5-star pistol, since it increases the next character's attack by 10%, and Morifi himself does really good off-field damage. And if you have none of those, then yeah, Yuanwu is your only option. He does off-field damage and he does vibration damage, breaks the enemy's white shield. So when it comes to his rotations, your main goal is to to use his ultimate, and then all of his enhanced skills. So yeah, pretty easy. So the rotation that I use is the intro, and then skill, echo, and since my echo has a long cooldown, I can use another skill, and this is pretty good to get a 4-piece Void Thunder echo buff. And then I use his ultimate, his skill, and then do the mid-air attack. That should give you 5 40 stacks. So yeah, enhanced skill, and then we do the 3 basic attacks. Again, enhanced skill, and then we do the normal skill. And again guys, don't forget the 1 basic attack to trigger the mid-air attack and get the 5 stacks. And yep, there we go guys, his last enhanced skill. And yeah, that was pretty fast. And keep in mind guys, you can swap cancel his enhanced skills. Let's do a quick damage test.
All shall reveal itself.
259. Is Xiangli Yao worth building? I'd say yes, 1000%. He's really comfy to play and one of the best DPS characters in the entire game. Anyways, if my tips helped you, then you can help me by leaving a like and subscribing. I would really appreciate a comment for the algorithm. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day or night.